What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JBsports back again with another one. Former unified welterweight champion Keith, one-time Thurman, scheduled matchup with former regular WBA junior welterweight champion Ramos-J from the Alamo City, San Antonio, Texas. Thurman, he's from Clearwater, Florida. He's from the Sunshine State. That fight was slated to take place on January 29th. Mike Coppinger, who's a boxing writer who writes for ESPN.com, and he's closely aligned and closely affiliated with the PBC and Al Heyman, is reporting that the fight has been moved a week back to February 5th. Now, I think that's going to be the Saturday before the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe the week before the Super Bowl. But I think that might be the Saturday before the Super Bowl. I don't know, with this expanded playoffs, you know, they moved the playoffs. They moved it from 12 teams to 14 teams. So they got 7 in the AFC, 7 in the NFC. So maybe the Super Bowl is February 13th. You guys can text me when is the Super Bowl. I can look it up. I'm doing a video now. But y'all can text me and let me know, man. That's going to be the Saturday before the Super Bowl. Super Bowl is going to take place in SoFi Stadium, Los Angeles, California, and I think that's going to be the same city that's going to host this fight between. That's what I'm thinking is going to be the Saturday before the Super Bowl. But I'm thinking this fight going to be on the West Coast. Because guess what? Got some news as far as the co-main event. Ramos, who destroyed Omar Figueroa from West Lesko, Texas. Destroyed him in his last fight. Gave Yordanis Ugas all he can handle in a fight that took place in front of no fans on Fox. You remember that fight? That was a good fight. That was for the vacant WBA welterweight title. This guy here is one of the top contenders in the welterweight division. He's going to be taking on the Riverside Rocky, Josecito Lopez. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised if that fight ends up in Dignity Health Park. That used to be the old Stubb Center in Carson, California, or they put that fight in Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. You know, that's the same venue that hosted Gervonta Tank Davis versus Isaac Cruz. So that's the breaking news, man. Thurman-Barrios has been moved from January 29th to February 5th. From everything that I'm hearing, I'm putting 2 and 2 together. This fight, this card, main event pay-per-view card will likely land on the West Coast, and won't be a bit surprised if it ends up either in Dignity Health Park or Staples Center. And basically, especially if this fight is going to be the Saturday before the Super Bowl. So you're going to have a lot of celebrities down there, man. You got celebrities that live in LA. So you might have a lot of celebrities in attendance for this fight, man. This is a smart move by PBC and Al Heyman to put this fight a week later, to put it up against put it with the Super Bowl weekend. If I'm not mistaken, I'm thinking the Super Bowl is a week later though. But even if it is, you put it in, either it's the Saturday in the lead up to the Super Bowl that's gonna take place Sunday, or it's in that weekend that we ain't got no football. Because you know you got the NFC and the AFC championship game, then you have 2 weeks in between that and the Super Bowl. So it's in a good spot either way. I'm thinking it's the week before the Super Bowl. I think the Super Bowl is actually on February 13th, if I'm not mistaken. So it's gonna be that weekend where we ain't got no football going on. So that's another smart move by Al Heyman and the PBC. Put on a good pay-per-view card. You know, a lot of people are gonna be like, man, we ain't got no football on, what we gonna watch? You know, you can get ready to watch a big fight on February the 6th. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. Probably the only thing that thing will be going up against is probably, you know, they got the Saturday night NBA basketball going on ABC. They'll probably have a game going on, but you know, by the time the main event starts, man, that game will be over with, man. And then again, man, it's not like it's gonna be going head up with the NFL or stuff like that. You know, a lot of people speculated that was the reason why Gervonta Tank Davis did bad numbers in his last fight, because he went head up with the Sunday night football. But it all turns out, man, that fight did well anyway. You know, that fight did 500,000 pay-per-view buys, contrary to popular belief that the fight did 50,000 or 64 or 75,000 or 100,000. It did way more than those fake numbers that got released. When people was hating on Gervonta Tank Davis, you know, hating on him. You know, hating on him because he's affiliated with Floyd Mayweather Jr., hating on him because he's affiliated with Al Heyman, man. You got these people out here that love Eddie Hearn and love, you know, him on attack with the PBC, so they love Eddie Hearn, they love Anthony Johnson, so they hate the PBC. You know, it's almost like it's almost like the Crips and the Bloods and stuff like that, man. If you love Eddie Hearn, you love Anthony Johnson, you love Matchroom Boxing, well, automatically you hate Al Haymon, you hate the PBC. If I'm a Blood, I hate the Crips. You know what I'm saying? That type of situation makes no sense, man. But those same people, and then another them people were like Terrence Bud Crawford fans and Devin Haney fans. They got hatred toward Al Haymon and the PBC too, because they represent Errol Spence Jr. They represent Javante Tank Davis. So it's like, man, you know, you pick your side, man. If you rock with that side, you hate the other side. That type of stuff, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. With all that being said, we got a fight on our hands. It's going to be the first pay-per-view event that the PBC puts on for 2022, and I like how the card's shaping up. We got Keith one-time Thurman versus Ramos-J. The main event, we got the co-main event featuring Abel Ramos versus Josecito Lopez, and that fight is going to be a great fan-friendly matchup. There's no way that fight is not going to fail to deliver, man. That's got Fight of the Year written all over it, man. You got guys that don't have the greatest defense in the world, guys that have real good punching power. Abel Ramos really showed me some good punching power when he stopped Omar Figueroa, man. Omar Figueroa had never been stopped before he went against Abel Ramos. So Abel Ramos is a guy that, in my opinion, he hurt Yordenis Ugas late in that fight. So he's a guy that has real good punching power. Josecito Lopez has real good punching power, and Josecito Lopez has a great chin. I don't think he has a power over Abel Ramos. I think he has decent power. So it should be a very, very good fight, man. Josecito Lopez is a great body puncher. He's a guy that's very tall for the welterweight. I think he's about 5'10", 5'11", so he'll have the height advantage. I don't know if he has the reach advantage, but I think Abel Ramos is the better fighter technically. He knows how to get off his shots at a higher level, in my opinion. I think Josecito Lopez style of fighting is kind of almost, in a way, I ain't gonna say a street fight type of fighting, but he throws a lot of punches, man. He can get clipped, man. He throws a lot of wide punches. He gets kind of wide in a lot of his shots. Instead of throwing those straight punches, he starts throwing a lot of wide shots, throwing overhand rights, throwing hooks. He gets kind of wide in a lot of his shots, and that could be to his downfall against Abel Ramos, who throws more straight punches. He's more of an accurate puncher, in my opinion, than Josecito Lopez. But Josecito Lopez could outwork him, out-hustle him. Now, he's a guy that's he's been in a lot of firefights. He's been in a lot of shootouts. He don't mind being in them type of fights, man. You know, and he's come out victorious in a lot of those type of fights. So it's going to be a very, very interesting matchup between himself and Abel Ramos. So very much looking forward to this card going down now on February 5th instead of January 29th. Let me know your thoughts about this fight getting moved to January 29th to February 5th. And let me know who you like in the two fights. Keith one-time Thurman going against Ramos-J. Two former champions facing off in the main event, and then the co-main event featuring whoever comes out victorious in this co-main event gonna be in prime position to fight one of the champions in the welterweight division. That being Abel Ramos taking on Josecito Lopez. The winner of this fight could get Errol Spence Jr. somewhere down the line. I was thinking maybe Errol Spence Jr. will fight one of these guys in his comeback fight, but this two guys that have been moved off the chessboard, so that's a good thing. Hopefully we get Errol Spence Jr. either against Terrence Bud Crawford, which I see as unlikely, especially if Crawford's demanding 50-50, or maybe we get instead Errol Spence Jr. versus Jerome Boots Ennis or Virgil Ortiz. So there's two fighters that have been eliminated as possible opponents for Errol Spence Jr. So Errol Spence Jr. in all likelihood is gonna have a real big fight in this very next fight. And he said he don't like to take no tune-up. He said he's a shark. He's swimming in the ocean with the other big sharks, and he's always looking to fight the big dogs in the sport of boxing. So we will see what happens, and we'll see what transpires. Let me know your thoughts about this card shaping up on February 5th. Do you like it, or you think these fights should be put on regular TV? You don't think this is a pay-per-view worthy card so far? I like to see how the rest of this card fill out. That's basically the co-main event and the main event. We still got two more fights that they're going to put on the pay-per-view main card for this fight going down on February 5th. I'd like to see how it shape out, but so good. So far, so good, in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts about who you like in this particular matchup, and let me know your thoughts about these fights being on Fox pay-per-view. Let me know your thoughts, and hit the like button if you like the content of this video. Subscribe to JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend, and I'll holla.